Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Think Global podcast. I'm your host, International Seth, and today's date is March 17th, 2021. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel as we're coming up with some awesome content with amazing guests. This is actually our 20th episode, and I can't think of a better person to come on the show than Chi-Town's own Alhaji Mohammed. What's up, Alhaji? Welcome to the Think Global podcast.
Man, how you doing, bro? Appreciate it, man. Thanks for letting me get on. Thanks for rocking with me. Appreciate it, man.
For
Appreciate
sure,
it.
for sure, for sure. So right away, man, we do something on this episode that we have all of our guests come on, and we have a segment called the World Call. That's when we give our guests 10 seconds to name off some of the countries that they've been to. Now already know you're a globetrotter, man, so your list is gonna be long and extravagant, but you got 10 seconds to name off some of the countries you've been to on the World Call. Ready, go.
France, Germany, the Netherlands, Hungary, Romania, um, Israel, Kuwait, Dubai. Um, what I'm missing?
You got it. You got it. You got it. 10 seconds is up, but you got a long
right,
list. I'm sure there's so
right,
many
right, right.
more, what
There's
I'm saying?
more,
But
man.
10
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah,
10
yeah.
seconds is 10 seconds, man. So let's get into it, man. So you went to the University of Louisville, and you were a
Yeah.
Cardinal. Um, who were some of the players that you played with when you were there for 2 years that went on to go pro, played with or played against during your collegiate career?
When I first came in, I was there with one of my best friends, Larry O'Bannon, Taquan Dean, Francisco Garcia that went on to the NBA, Reese Gaines that went on to the NBA, Ellis Miles, Luke Whitehead. The list goes on, man. We had a nice little crew. Yep.
For sure, for sure. So obviously, this is a high level. I mean, you're talking about, like you said, you just have players coming in and out, and their next step, you go
Yeah.
there for a school like this. Next step is the NBA. So, how was playing at this high level prepared you for an international basketball career?
Um, Coach Patino, everything we did was high level. Everything we did was like preparing us for the next level, like we was in the NBA. We traveled like we was in the NBA. We ate like we was in the NBA. We practiced like we was in the NBA. We watched film. Everything we did was like we was professional. So it prepared us for things we was going to do after college. So that's how he trained us, man.
So, I must imagine that the practices were intense. But how was it playing with such a prestigious player for a prestigious coach like Rick Pitino? Obviously, he has the NBA experience, and then he had all the success at Kentucky and stuff like that. So, what kind of game did you get for him that continued on with your professional career?
I mean, first, I always watched them because before I got to Louisville, my older brother Nazi Muhammad played at the University of Kentucky for Coach Patino. And some of the things that he taught us is always be 15 minutes early. You know, always think that you're on a 1 day contract, so you got to practice every day like you're on a 1 day contract. He taught us so many life skills and just how to always respect women, how to always respect people, that you look up to. So it was more than just basketball with him. He was teaching us about life.
For sure, for sure, for sure. And you probably got a lot of that game because you went ahead and took your talents on overseas, and you made a long career playing overseas. So let's get into that. You want to go ahead and provide our audience with a little bit of background about some of the countries that you played in, and around how many years did you play professionally, and where?
Well, I played 16 years straight. I wanted to play 2 more years. I just recently stopped, due to the pandemic. And you know how it is when you get older, teams kind of look at you if you don't continue to just keep playing. So when I first came out of college, I did a few summer leagues and camps and things like that, and then went on to play 3 years in the Netherlands. The reason why I chose there is because Holland is a place where everybody speak English. Um, the food was good and things like that. And I never been out the country, so that being my first experience of Euro basketball, I want to stay there for as long as possible. So I ended up staying there for 3 years, and after I left there, I went on to Germany and played there for 1 year, which was okay. And then after Germany, I went to on to France, where I played with one of the top teams in France. I played with Limoges. Played in France for a little bit. After France, I went on to Spain. From Spain, I went on to Kuwait. From Kuwait, Romania. The
It
list
just
goes
keeps
on,
going
man.
on and on and on.
It
I
just
feel
keep
you.
going, man.
I
It just
feel you.
keep
I
going.
feel you. I feel you. All right, man. So you from the Shy, right? So imagine
Yeah.
a kid from the Shy goes off and get dropped off in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. By the way, I played my rookie season was in Amsterdam as well, and I agree with you 100%. It's a good entry level job to get acclimated to overseas life. Everybody speak English. It's not like a crazy culture shock like
Right.
some other people have experienced. So I mean, you get off on the plane and you're in the Netherlands, and they tell you got to go play basketball against this whole different country and a whole different league. What's your train of thought? What are you thinking at that time?
Well, I mean, it's just my surroundings was different, but I got really, really comfortable because of at that time in the league, you can have I think like 6 or 7 Americans, and we had a lot of Americans, so I was comfortable. You know what I mean? Because we always hung around each other. I wasn't alone, so my transition was very, very good compared to some of these other countries where it might just be 2 Americans, and then the other American is a older guy with a family and wife, and you the young guy and you just alone. So my transition in the Netherlands was great because I was around a lot of Americans.
For sure, for sure. Well, I first met you when I competed against you in Kuwait,
Yeah,
and that was league was a little bit obviously it was watered down, but
yeah,
I think
yeah,
longevity and the money kind of outweighed the lack of crowd
for
and just the
sure,
overall
for sure.
competitiveness of the league. But I was in the gym when you when you made that little highlight that went viral. So we're gonna
Oh
throw
yeah,
that
yeah,
highlight. Yeah, we'll put that on there and
yeah,
make sure
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
can see this highlight right here.
مهنا والكرة مع الحاجي الله لا 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 مو معقول مو معقول وايضا تكنيكال فاول يحط له نقطتين شوف مو معقول والله الكويت والساحل يشوف الحاجي شوف الله يا سلام عليك يا الحاجي يا سلام.
But yeah, so what were some of your favorite countries to play in?
Of course, France is my favorite country. France was very good to me. I like Romania and Hungary. Actually, Kuwait was nice. Besides the basketball not being super high level, the food was amazing. The malls was amazing. The scenery. I had a good time. So those were some of the places that I enjoyed. Even Iran was a place that people they look on TV and see things that's going on and think that's how things are over there. No, it's good people over there. So I had a good time over there too.
For sure, for sure. So let's go on to a little bit about your decision making. I mean, obviously, you want to make as much money as you possibly can in the short amount of time
Right.
that you can. But there are different factors and that goes into your decision making. I mean, you have to consider once you get established as a professional, you have to consider like, what's best for my career. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
longevity, and then the overall culture of the country that you're playing in. Because let's be honest, overseas basketball is cutthroat. Teams will promise you
Mm-hmm.
the world, and then come next month, either your money's gonna be a little bit late, or they have another guy coming in trying to fulfill your spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, what goes into some of your decisions with the clubs that you made it? Is it always a financial decision, or what were some of the factors?
Sometimes it's a financial decision, but a lot of times it's about loyalty. I like loyalty. If you look at my list of places I've been, I don't really be jumping from team to team every year. So most places I've been, like when I played in Amsterdam, I stayed there 3 years. When I went to France, I played there 2 years, then left and came back. Played 2 years in Spain, played 5 years in Romania, 2 years in Hungary, and the list goes on. I don't like to jump from place to place. So I like to find a place and stay there 2, 3 years and then make my decision after that.
For sure. So you put 16 years into the game, man. So you got a lot of experience, a lot of different experiences, not even on the court, but off the court as well. What were some of the good parts that you can reflect on your career and say, man, this was what fulfilled me and kept me driving?
Well, like you said, coming from Chicago, you kind of get spoiled and not realize what's going on the other side of the world. Like we take some things for granted, and then you get over here into some of these countries, and you get some of these families making $200-300 a month to feed 4 or 5 people. We get over here and you meet people, they don't care about jewelry, cars, shoes, all the things we care about in America. So you get over to Europe or wherever you are, and you kind of take in the culture, and it humbles you. You realize it's more to life. You get to see the world. Like, you travel the world, meet new people, eat, try new foods, hear different languages. So those are some of the things.
For sure. So that's the good. Now, what is the bad and what is the ugly of the overseas? Overseas. I mean, obviously you're away from your peoples, and a lot of stuff could happen. So what were some of the negative things? Not negative, but things that are challenges, we should say, of playing overseas.
A lot of teams expect you to abide by their rules, but they don't want to follow the rules. Being paid late, that's one of the things. You got to fight for your money, and then people at home think you're making this certain type of money, and they don't realize the things you have to do, to get this money. So those are some of the bad things, man. Just late payments and being lied to all the time, 2-a-day practices all every day for 10 months, and long bus rides. But if you can grind, if you can get through some of those things, man, you can have a long career.
For sure, for sure, for sure. So, man, I wanted to talk to you. We'll change a little bit direction, man. Ghana has been in the news. Obviously, Stevie Wonder went back to Ghana. There have been a lot of African Americans expatriating to Ghana. You're one of Ghanaian heritage. You got Ghanaian descent, and you recently went back to Ghana. You want to talk about, your experience visiting Ghana? I know you got some family back there and stuff.
Yeah, so of course, my mom and dad is from Ghana. A lot of my brothers and sisters was born in Ghana, but eventually my mom and dad went to Chicago. I was born in Chicago, went back to Ghana. Yeah, what, two summers ago, I think. I ended up going back to Ghana. And we did a seed camp, Pops, Miss Abusu. We did a camp for the kids in Ghana. And we was only expecting like 200-300 kids, and it was 1,000 some kids showed up, and it was an amazing experience, man. Ghana is a place growing. They want to invite Americans over to see the beautiful country. When I was over there, it's so many celebrities over there all the time. Kaepernick is always over there enjoying life. He's just, you see him just like you see a normal person walking the street. So it's a place that a lot of people, if you've never been, it's a place that you need to go, because they embrace you to come and enjoy the country, man. It's an amazing place. And like I said, we ran a camp for a couple of days for the kids, man, and we just trying to put Ghana basketball on the map, because Ghana is known for soccer, and then in Africa you got Senegal, Angola, Nigeria. You got all these other countries that's known for basketball too. So we're just trying to put Ghana on the map. So that was one of the things I was over there doing with Pops. We was just trying to help the kids with basketball.
For sure, for sure. I could vouch, man. I've been to Ghana 3 times, man, and Kumasi, Cape Coast, Accra. Man,
Okay.
it got some nice, nice spots out there, man. Shout out to Ghana, man, and all the brothers doing it big, man. So what is the basketball scene? I did a basketball camp out there as well with my nonprofit in Atlanta, but we were out in Cape Coast, and it was primarily for like teenagers and stuff. But like you said, it was a big turnout. So do you think like Ghana are they doing it right as far as the youth level, so they can develop into older players and have like a more decent established national team? Or what's the basketball scene?
It's starting to get better. It's a few people over there doing good things, but like I said, Pops is doing amazing things over there, and I'm involved with the seed camp, and definitely is going to get it to the level that we needed to get to. Like it's just step by step, and trying to get these kids, because a lot of kids, they end up becoming good, and then they leave the country and start going to like Spain or France and get a passport, and then they start saying, I'm from France, or I'm Spanish. No, you from Ghana, you from Nigeria. So we're trying to keep these kids at home, and that's why they started the NBA Africa League, so we can kind of try to keep these kids in Africa and get them seen by the NBA.
For sure. I mean, you want to expand a little bit about that, the African Basketball League. I know it's something that's in the works right now. They would have started, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this year, but obviously it was canceled.
So
So
actually, when it all started, I went to Brooklyn. I was involved with the camp. I was playing, and you had, I think it was 12 teams, and you had teams picking the players. You know, two Americans and an African player that they want. Um, Last year when the pandemic hit, I was actually in Africa. I was playing with the Tunisia team, so we was getting ready for the NBA Africa League to start, and we was practicing, doing everything, getting ready. And March hit, and they had to, postpone the league. So we were supposed to postpone the league till August, but it kept getting pushed back because of the virus wasn't getting better, and eventually it was supposed to start this year. But obviously, things are slowly coming back, and we don't know. So that's eventually why I had to stop, because I couldn't continue to wait to see what was going to happen. But I eventually was supposed to play with the Tunisian team in the NBA Africa League. Yeah.
for sure, for sure. So you're back home now, and what's next on the agenda, man? You're just taking it easy, just trying to see how life comes, or are you got any projects you're working on, or is it something like youth basketball, the camps? Is that something you want, the venue wanted you to go down, or?
I'm still trying to find a direction that that God is going to put me on. This, the trend, like I said, the transition is one of the hardest things I had to deal with. So for a while I just for now I've just been doing my real estate stuff, looking into the stock market, options, and dealing with that. I'm waiting to hear back from the NBA to join the NBA assistance coaching program. So hopefully I get to do that. And I'm just kind of going with the flow and just trying to see what God got for me.
For sure, for sure. Well, man, you was a special talent on the court, man. So you take your talents and make it even bigger off the court, man. You know what I'm saying? So I wish you best of luck, man. And why don't you just go ahead and shout out to social media in case anybody wants to follow you on social media. And if you have that website of your peoples in Ghana, or if there's any organization and name, shout it out as well, because we can put that in the link below and have a people follow it as well.
I'll get all that information for you. For sure, it's the Seed Camp. But if anybody wants to know about it, just hit me on Instagram at ALHAJIMOHAMMED at Alhaji Mohammed. It's Twitter is the same at Alhaji Mohammed. So just send me a message, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. You're a real humble dude, man. Best of luck to you, and I thank you again for coming on the Think Global podcast.
Man, anytime, man. It's always love, bro. Always.
One love, man. Take care, bro, and best of luck.
Thank you, man.
All right, peace.
Peace.